Okay. What is that on there? Okay. Shit, I don't know. Oh, baby. Okay. What's going on? Okay. All right. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yay! Okay. So we sitting still, right? We sitting still, we rolling.
Sitting still.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the show tonight, y'all. A little different spin. But tonight we have on 40 Shades Trucker, aka disbtruckin.
What's up,
Okay.
everybody?
What's up, Kevin Deaton? You gotta give him a while to come on in here. But how are you doing?
Doing good in this warm California weather.
Y'all in Cali a lot. Y'all in Cali a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
So tell people who you are and how long
Yeah.
you've been trucking.
My name is 40 Shades, and I've been trucking for 2 years, actually 2.5 years this March 1st. For the
Mm-hmm.
first year, my husband took me out for a year and a half. Since he's the owner operator, he taught me to drive for a year and a half. So he allowed me to quit my job and then taught me from scratch how to drive his truck. Once I got it down, I went to school where I learned to do the manual, and then that's how I got certified in manual. Then I had to go to company for about, I think it was 3, maybe 4 months at Schneider as a company driver, and then I got brought on with my husband to be an owner operator, and this is where I'm
Okay.
at now.
So see, you had it easy. You had it easy. You had a man.
Right.
You had a
Right.
man. You had a man. You had a man. You had a man. Come in and help you. See us other little ladies like myself. We had to wing it.
And I like when I see these women out here doing it, I'm like, see, I know I didn't have it, I'm not that woman out there doing it by myself. So I commend all the women that are out there doing it by themselves, learn it the way they did it. I was just thankful to have my husband here to give, have patience for one, and to, then be willing to teach me. So
Yeah. What's up, Highway Journey? Have you both been to Tampa, Florida? I think it's a question for me. I have. I don't know if 40 Shades have been to
uh-uh.
Tampa.
No, just as far as Orlando, or Ocala, that's about it.
Okay, so since your husband's already been in it, so what made you get in it? Because most wives like to be at home and sit and look pretty. You know what I'm saying? For most wives. So most wives don't want to take that step and come out here. It's not a glamorous job. So, like, what
Well,
was it for you?
to give you a little background, for 15 years, I was a transportation rep, which is a customer service rep. And then I moved up into an account manager. So I managed over 50 drivers before coming a truck driver. So I knew the lanes, I knew exactly what was going on. And I just got fed up with corporate America. It was just the politics. People weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. I felt like I was carrying the weight of everything. And then being a woman, they wasn't paying me my fair share, where the guys was getting paid the nice salary. I was doing 3 times the work and still getting underpaid. So I just got tired of it. So my husband said, well, why don't you come out here with me, and let's try teaming to see if we can get the money out here if we both start driving. And so I took one of my vacation times. I took a week off vacation and I rode in the truck with him for a week. And then that's where he showed me the places he got to go. And I'm like, oh, this is nice because I'm not behind the cubicle. I'm not dealing with angry customers, you know, so it was a different vibe for me and allowed me to see trucking from another angle. And then after I seen, I quit my job.
So when he was training you, did you ever get frustrated? Because it's a different thing when you come from an office space and driving a truck. Like, was there days like he would like yell at you or something? Like, you know, I saw trainer get trained.
He went from trainer to husband, and then when he's in trainer mode, it used to make me mad because I wanted him to have the same compassion as a husband, but he was trying to train me. So he would train me, but then he would tell me something stern, and I'm looking at him like, well, wait a minute, you know, I ain't gonna learn to be talking to me stern. You got to talk to me like you do my husband, you know, as my husband. But he would smoke blacks. He said I would get him stressed out, especially with the back end. He was like, see, you got me smoking blacks again. You get me nervous out here. And then it's still taking me a while to get back in because I'm not like I can get in a hot second. But if I have plenty of space and I can get it in, I'll get in within the 6 minutes. But if I got to get to a truck stop and everybody's standing there honking the horn, I get nervous. So he was trying to teach me how to back better.
Was it just the back end was the hardest part in the transition? Was just dealing with your husband in a different aspect? Because I know he went from Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde in some days.
You know, it was just the back end because we actually worked together at the corporate. That's how I met him. I was the account manager and he was the trainer of my drivers. So being at work all the time, that's how we met at work. So I already knew how his training style was. I knew what he did. So we was together all the time anyway. So coming into the truck, it was a smooth transition for us just to be around each other because we always work well together.
Oh man. Okay. So are we company drivers? Or we're
on the operators.
Yeah, I know he was on the op. I don't know if y'all changed anything or not. So we still at we at Snyder? When you at Snyder? Swift?
Yes, still with Snyder.
Yeah, okay. Because I remember you rock with me when I was in my Swift days. I think towards like my last year. Yeah, my last year. I think when you subscribed to me. So how is everything there? We don't want you to bash the company, but like, how is everything? Like,
no, the company's good. I mean, I've been with Schneider for over 15 years, and then I came to drive for them. So I love Schneider. They're a great company. I mean, I love the fact they are safety conscious. They don't force you to, you know, drive out there in the ice and snow and try to attempt it. So I really do like the company. There's nothing to bash it. But right now with the economy, the pandemic, and now you got the ice storm, the rates are not the same. You know, everybody's trying to save their money from the pandemic, trying to recoup. They're not paying the same. So that's just the one negative right now is just waiting for the rates to go up.
What's up, Cecilia and Nadia? Nadia be selling soaps. Y'all go check her out. So let me ask you this. Would you ever want to go solo since you team? Since you one of those, since you one of the rare couples I come across, that you could you imagine yourself out here solo like me?
I can't even imagine. I tell my husband all the time, I could imagine going solo. Because I know me, I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be motivated. My husband motivates me. You know, when it starts snowing, I know I'm shutting down right away. There's no pushing me. With my husband, I feel comfortable to do it. But no, I don't think I could go solo.
You don't think so? You don't think you can do it, girl?
If times came tough, I know I could. Trust me, I could.
Oh, you gotta
pull your thumb out. Yes.
Pull your thumb out the butt cheeks and get that's what you got to you gotta do. Because I didn't want to drive around when it was snowing, Illinois, Missouri, New Jersey, New York. I didn't want to drive around, but I did it. You know what I'm saying? I got it done. Ain't nobody here with me. You feel me?
I got that.
I did everything myself.
That's it. That's the best teacher. The best teacher.
Baby. So you definitely recommend teaming is period for women. Definitely
if you have a spouse. I'm not saying everybody, because even you could be a woman and have to team with a company driver. It's not the same because they don't have your best interest. Everybody's on two different, bank accounts. Skill set is different, and then they're not looking out for you like your spouse or your significant other would. It's just a whole nother comfort feel when you have your spouse out here.
Yeah. So who runs the truck? Because everybody in team is only one person that runs the truck. So is it you and him?
Oh, my husband all day. He runs the truck. He picks the
Oh,
loads. He runs the truck. I drive. He runs it. He
oh
picks.
Lord.
I don't mind saying that. He knows the lanes better than I do. I'm the more analytical person. I like the
But you got to
numbers
get
and
out
stuff
there.
like
You got
that.
to grab that tablet. You got to learn the lanes, though. You got to grab it. You can't just let
Oh,
him do it.
well, see, I know how to do it, but he's really good at that, and that's not my strength. So I don't take away from him. That's his strength. Where I'm on the opposite. I know the analyticals. I'm the I'm the opposite of what he does, and that's the part that I like. So
Uh-huh.
I don't try to take away something that he's strong at. I let him lead on that aspect because he's really good at it. He's been doing it for over 20
Uh-huh.
years. I've been doing it for
Uh,
2 years. So what do I know? You know?
oh, but you gotta learn though. You gotta learn. But hey, he the man and he's your husband, so it is what it is. It is what it is. So I
Yeah.
commend you both. I mean, I wish I could change drive because it gets trying out here. You get messed with because you're a female a lot of days.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a blessing to have a husband. It really, really is. Oh, how you say you learn a lot, not just from your husband, but in trucking about yourself.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I,
'Cause
I
trucking
learned a
is.
lot.
Mhm.
I want to say more of my strength because I didn't think I can drive an 18 wheeler, even though
Yeah.
I managed drivers and I told them where to go or what they're supposed to do. When I finally got behind the wheel, I realized my skill set, and I really had
Mhm.
to come out of that fear of driving to really do it. And when I realized I knew how to drive it and got behind the wheel, I was proud of myself because it was something that I thought I could never accomplish and I was able to do. Then my dad told me he was proud of me and he was telling his friends at work, and that really made me happy when my dad said, "Oh, I brag about you at work that you drive an 18 wheeler." And I was like, "What? You tell people that?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm really proud of you." So that
Mhm.
kind of gave me confidence. Then my daughter was saying she was proud of me and she tells her friends. So it brought a whole nother confidence once I finally got behind the wheel and started to drive.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
knew I could do it at that point. So yeah, I learned a new skill. Always have.
What is the worst state that you feel like y'all ever gone to, even in teen driving? What's the worst state?
Okay, give me one. Sorry, shape or my daughter tried to call me. I'm sorry. Could you repeat the question?
What's the worst state that you feel like y'all have ever drove to? Because y'all get off the truck all the time. And when I watch your Instagram, y'all go follow that disbtruckin with just an end. Y'all get off the truck all the time and like to take nice pictures, beautiful pictures actually. So what's the
Hmm.
worst state y'all ever been to?
I want to say for me, he can go any, but mine's is Pennsylvania. For some reason, those hills, oh my God, it racks my nerves on the 80, on the 80, was it the 80, 81, the 64? When it gets like Virginia, and those areas where it get really hilly, that's
Mm-hmm.
where, that's where I hate that
PA?
area, like the Pennsylvania.
You don't like, I hate
Yes.
Cali. I hate Cali. You can keep Cali
Oh,
all day
I could
long.
drive Cali all day. I am cool with some music and 55, 58. I'm good. I'm good.
58.
Girl, I'm
That's
in no rush.
speed, girl. You supposed to be at 55. You supposed to be at
I'm in no.
50. That speed though. Look, Swat say sometimes she over that speed now. Pick out for you.
No, I'm in no
Oh,
rush. I just be. I love California,
you
but I just
do.
don't like when I get up in Oregon when it's hilly, like weed. Was it weed? And then there was another mountain up there. It's just I don't like the hilly mountains because I went down the hill. I think it was 93 coming from was it Idaho? But it was icy up there. And I
Mm-hmm.
was new as a company driver. And as I was going up there, the sign said, "Be careful, snow." But I was still at
Mm-hmm.
45 degrees. But as I went higher up in the mountain, the temperature start dropping. And then it said, "Be careful for ice." I'm company now, so I'd never drove on ice. It's my first time. Girl, as I got up that hill, there was two trucks that had jackknife in front of me. I'm climbing. They had already spun out. So it scared me because I'm like, oh my God. And I wanted to automatically slam on my brakes, but I couldn't. So I'm like, babe,
Mm-hmm.
babe, get up, get up. And he back there asleep, all wrapped up in the net. So he trying to get the net off. Oh, what's going on? I'm like, babe, two trucks, this jackknife. Should I pull over and go help them? He's like, girl, you on the mountain. Where are you gonna pull over at? I'm like, I don't know. But they both just went into the mountain. So as he told me to calm down, he's like, calm down. There's a brake check at the top of the hill. Go pull over there. But my knees was shaking so bad because I seen it happen. I couldn't function. So as I went up and finally got to the brake check, I'm shaking. I'm like, I've never seen anything like this before. Ice. And just feeling the truck slide as I tried to stop, it scared me too,
Oh
because now I
Lord.
was going back down the hill. And I was like,
Oh,
oh my
I know
God.
that was
So
scary. That's scary. Child, I'm
yes.
gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you this here. The first time I went through Donna Pass, and I'm not playing with
Mm,
y'all. I was a company driver at Swift. I
uh-huh.
really cheated on my little self. You know how your pootie tank have a little bit of moisture. And I won't say I peed on myself, but I just let it eat. You know what I'm saying? So the first, the first rest area I got to, I had to pull over and literally change my panties. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what in the hell is all of this? I can't believe they actually had
Yes.
construction workers to build that. You know what I'm saying? I
No
said,
joke.
this should not be illegal.
Right, right. Yeah, I don't like Donner
Driving
Pass
through anything
either.
like that. Shout out to Lockout Man and Send Us to the Trucker. They in the chat tonight. This is
Oh,
40
what's up,
Shades of Red,
everybody? What's
female
going on?
trucker. And one thing I really noticed about you is you took it on a knack for being a motivational speaker. So can you
Hmm.
talk to us about how that came about? Does it have to do with trucking, or that's something that you've been always wanting to?
I think it's always something I wanted to do, but being a manager, I never had the time because I was doing 60, 70 hours at work. But coming in the truck, it gives you a lot of time to think. So when I'm behind the wheel, I'm thinking of new things, and it just like out of nowhere, just kind of birthed into wanting to help women more, be a motivator. And people will always tell me, I love coming to you because you listen, you help me with my solutions. So I was like, well, I can turn this into a side business, really make money off this instead of giving away free information. Why don't I
Mm,
just use the skills I got and stop making some money? So with
mm,
that, I did start that, and I also have a podcast called A Second Chance at Life, and it's basically where I
mm,
help women who have gone through some type of obstacle uh, get a chance to get an opportunity to do it over again. So I bring speakers on that talk about depression, that talk about finances. Last week I bought Beauty from Beauty and the Beast, and she talked about being in
mm,
two abusive relationships and almost losing her son. So I try to
mm,
bring different women to come on there and share their story and just show other women it's possible, that you can start back over, that you can get your life back. And it just
mm.
kind of coincides with my motivational business. So I want to do it full time here down in the future, and start going out and talking to people and start really getting involved in speaking engagements as well.
Oh, okay. So, like, are we gonna be like incorporating that like really soon, like a little bit more? Because I know you do it online. So, are you gonna
Hmm.
start having places where people can actually pay for admission tickets to come and actually walk in somewhere and actually hear you speak?
Yeah,
Like, is there
once
kind of
COVID kind of get itself situated, yeah, that's my
Mhm,
plan. But I've been doing a
mhm,
lot of online conferences with other
mhm,
women. We just kind of meet up and we host conferences either on YouTube or Zoom and just send the
mhm.
link out. So that's probably the easiest way. But until COVID clears up, that's where I'm at.
Okay, like last night, this is why another reason why I also reached out to you to get on. Not only because I said, I asked my baby to be on, because this is one of my
Uh,
sweethearts that's been on for a minute. And you talk about motivational speaking, and I feel like motivational speaking ties into the mind. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
so much happening with truckers out here. Uh, they don't have an outlet. You hear it in
Right.
the truck by yourself. And idle minds a devil's playground. You know what I'm saying? I deal with things and battle things myself. So the motivational speaking is definitely something that we need a lot, specifically in trucking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I was hoping that you build some kind of platform. I mean, you already have it, but I was hoping to see you like flourish it just strictly for truckers and our needs and everything we battle with mentally out here, because you know that firsthand. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
It's one thing for somebody that I see the things online on Instagram where they say pay for talking to somebody, but I'm like, why I'm gonna
Hmm.
talk to somebody that don't know nothing about what the hell I go through? Do you
That's
understand what I'm
true.
saying?
Yeah,
So
that's
I thought
true.
that's pretty really a dope thing to start the space. So how does your husband feel about it? Is he fully like on board, or he's just
Oh yeah, he's on board. He's my biggest supporter. He's the one at
mm-hmm,
home. We got a whole studio. I mean, literally, he got like a soundboard. He got the
mm-hmm,
he creates like my social media stuff, like StreamYard. He created me like a whole
mm-hmm,
little platform. So he's really on board. He's bought
mm-hmm,
cameras and everything for me to come on live. So when I do go full fledged, he's basically my producer. He's the one that's
mm-hmm.
controlling all the camera and stuff like that. But
Uh-huh.
the previous question about talking to truckers, me, Divine Earth, and Beauty, we're talking about doing, and keeping it 100, we're talking about doing a seminar or a conference where we can get trucker women together and actually talk about it, like a slumber party or maybe a meet and
Mhm.
greet, and get together
Yeah.
and really talk about those issues that we have as not only as truck driver women's, but then what's in your personal life as well. So that has been
Yeah.
brought up. We just waiting for COVID to clear itself up for us to move full fledged.
So shout out to Divine and keep going 100. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Pinky. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and Mr. Center said that's great with the motivational move because sin is all about the motivational speaking.
Yes, that's it.
I go watch a child. Sometimes I spill my drink when I watch it. I know he gonna give me. I say this man just has too much caffeine in the morning. Like he drinks 2 cups of coffee, a monster drink, and a Red Bull to be ready to go.
Ooh, that's too much for me. Too much.
Man, that's why he act like no. I think he'll probably gonna get me for that, but I will. Um. So how long have you been married? I forgot to ask you that. How long have y'all been married all together?
This year will be 4 years this year. But like I said, we met at work, so we known each other for about 13 years, and then we officially got married because we've been at work for like 10 years, so we couldn't got married. We was both
Mm-hmm.
like in the high part of our career. Neither one was
Mm-hmm.
talking about leaving, so we basically kept it under wraps for 10 years. So nobody knew we was dating. We played off like we didn't even really know each other, just except for work purposes. So
Mm-hmm.
once he finally left and became an owner operator, then that's when I got married. And then when they found out my last name, they're like, "Oh my God, that's Don. That's his last name." And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, when was y'all dating? Y'all didn't." And, everybody wants to be in business at work, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
we kept it professional. We kept it real
Mm-hmm.
cool. So for 10 years, we kept it under wraps before we got married.
Okay. I wish your husband would be up to talk, but it's okay. A lot of married men in trucking love to keep their wife at the house. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like a break away from home. So do you feel like spending so much time around your spouse has really made your relationship better, being on a truck together? Because I know it's such a small space, y'all got to get along.
Oh, right.
There has to be
It
a certain level of respect at all times given. You know what I'm saying? You have to make each other
right.
laugh. You have to be full of respect. So you say you let him run the truck, right? But see, me,
Hmm.
my little ass, I don't think I'd be able to do that. My little behind, I
It's
tried
not a
it. I
problem.
tried it. I tried it.
Uh-huh.
I got kicked off the truck. You know what I'm saying? I tried to
Right.
tell somebody thing or two. You feel what I'm saying? So what advice do you give to women that are thinking about teaming with their man or spouse? Like what advice do you have to say to them?
Well, number one, if you're going to go out with your husband, make sure you want to go out and don't have your husband press you to come out because you're going to resent him. If trucking is not what you want to do, every time you get in the truck, you're going to resent the job and you're going to resent him. So make sure it's a choice
Mhm.
that you decide to make. Don't choose it because your husband forces you, not even force you. Maybe he just say, "Hey, babe, just come on a truck." If you know the truck is not your thing, don't stay on it. Number two, understand even being in a tight confinement, me and my husband get along better now in the truck than we did outside
Wow.
because one,
Wow.
we
Really?
respect. Yeah, yeah,
That's the first time I'm hearing that. That's the first one.
yeah. We
Whenever I
not only
talk to
did
other
we.
married couples, they say it's always more of a challenge than it was when she was at home. It's always
Yeah,
like absent makes the heart go fonder, absent makes the heart go fonder, and all that and whatnot. So wow, that's the first.
yeah, because
That's
like I
the
said, we
first.
we worked together in corporate America, so we worked together. We seen each other there, still went home. So when we got in the
Mm-hmm,
truck, we still see each other and we still went home. We just knew how
mm-hmm,
to function with each other in work and professional and personal time. So this is
mm-hmm,
seamless to us. So we know how
mm-hmm,
to give each other space. I'm up front, he's in the back. Or we know how to get out the truck and have fun. So we'll go get a hotel for a few days so we're not stuck in the truck and get that date night back going again. So you feel
mm-hmm,
that love. Like it's not always trucker clothes. You actually dress up and go have fun. Remember why you guys got together.
mm-hmm. What's
And
up,
it's
sis?
okay.
Sinister's all over the sisters all over the chat. He said, "No, I get crazy with the motivation." Yes, you do. Yes, you most definitely do, sir. That's why she laughing because she knows she didn't watch you. Then he also says, "Drop that, drop that knowledge." Okay. So, wow, excellent answer. Excellent, excellent answer. Um, What else did I want to ask you? There was something else I wanted to ask you. What's the future for y'all in trucking? Are we just gonna continue to team? Is the plan to go for the authority, or we just doing it just
You
to
know,
retire early? You know.
probably retire early because my husband, he's pretty much at the age where he's going to retire anyway. So he has a
Mhm.
couple of years that he's going to continue to drive. I'm going to come out the truck, and then I'm going to work on my business and push forward my podcast and my personal development business for women because I do have a
Mhm.
passion for it. So that's the ultimate goals for him to finish driving, and then I'm going to do the personal development because I want to make sure that once he's always taking care of me, I want to do the reverse and start to take care of him because he's always believed in me. He let me quit work and not work for a year. So now I want to give back to him and really start showing him by, making the money and allow him to still travel with me and be my producer when I go out and do my thing. So I'm ready to take care of my husband.
That's wonderful. Wow, that's real love right there, y'all. Do y'all hear what this woman just got to say? That's real love. Like, I can't find a nigga that can take me to the Chili's Bar and Grill for the 225. You know what I'm saying? They want to see a titty. You know what I'm saying? Just for that. You know what I'm saying? These are trucking men. These are trucking men that has that.
Right.
She is giving to you like, this is my king. This is my
Yes.
all right.
He's my all. He's my king. He's the one that lifts me up when I don't feel confident about myself. He
Mm,
never knocks me down, and he tells me I'm beautiful. He says to me he loves me. So his confidence in me makes me want to be confident also. So which makes me in turn wants to give to other people. I'm a giving person by
yeah.
nature, but he really just adds
It
on to
comes
me and
through.
makes it
It
so
comes
easy.
through. It comes
Thank
through
you.
on the things that I see. It comes through. Sister has a question for you, 40 Shades. She says,
Okay.
how did you know you found the right one?
You know, um, in conversation with him, talking to him, the things that I prayed to God, because I asked God after leaving a bad relationship and I was in a domestic violence relationship, I told God, next person I want to get with. And, I gave him my qualities. And when he gave me the box, it wasn't something that, because my husband's older than me. No shame. He's 20 years older than me. So I was never that
No.
specific. And when he brought me my husband, it just like in this conversation, my husband's always been confident. His
Mm-hmm,
conversations have always been intellectual. He's
mm-hmm,
always been he's always been sweet, and just like something he said told me he was the one. And of course, I go to church, so I asked God. I said, God, if he's the one, tell me, because I don't want to spend my time with somebody else, give my gifts to
mm-hmm.
somebody else to be left alone. You know what I'm saying? But in
Yeah.
my heart, I
That's how
felt
you
like this
spread that
this was my
strawberries and
husband.
banana butt
Yeah,
cake. Yeah, yeah.
right,
That's Lord have
right.
mercy.
I mean, I'm too
Yeah.
old to keep doing this over and over again. So I was like,
Mm-hmm,
Lord, let me know if this is the guy. And it's like through time, he continued to show himself as my husband. I can see like I love him stronger and stronger every year, and he just continues to sh- show me him. I mean, who he is.
because I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's some truckers, and y'all don't believe me because my platform is so small, but I
Hmm.
catch a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? And it's some couples that I know of, like two, they don't know together because they tried getting into trucking. It put
Uh-huh.
such a strain on their relationship. Being off
Yeah.
away from home, you ain't got enough of the small little space. It put a real test to how they really know each other, testing each other's patience.
Hmm.
So to see, especially a black couple, especially because all the
Right,
couples,
right.
three couples on top of were black couples, you know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? And it didn't work out. And I was like, wow,
Mm.
y'all look so perfect together. And it sounds like I put money down for a lease and all that kind of stuff. And things didn't
Wow.
work out. You know what I'm saying? What's
Uh-huh.
up, Brody, Darius? Uh, thanks, and thing, but it's wonderful to see a black couple push through any challenge because being out here in this truck is a challenge. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
it
I can
is.
imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's a lot easier when you have somebody, but it's also a test of each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trusting it. I think trust goes a long way to me in
Very
being
well.
in trouble with somebody. You know what I mean? Huge trust. Like, I got to be able to know that when you get mad at me, you won't just run the whole dang on truck over for you. So
Exactly. Right.
while, while I'm back there asleep, might be the last ride. You know what I'm saying? Don't even
Right.
know nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it. You got to get to that point of trust. You
Do y'all
right.
kids drive too? Because I know you have two grown daughters. Do they drive too?
I actually have three grown daughters and two grown
Mm.
sons, and none of them drive. Like our oldest son, he
You
works
don't
as
even
a
look like
manager.
it. She
Oh,
don't even
I
look
have
like you.
I have five grandkids.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You don't look like you have that many children. Like you have
Mm,
5 kids. You don't look like it. Oh my
yeah,
God. So they like mommy and daddy both being out on the road. They like that?
they're all grown. But the youngest one we got is 22, so everybody's at the house. So we empty nesters, and that's why it made it so easy to transition. Like when she was still 18, I didn't want to go on the road because I wanted to be there for her. But as the older she got, that's when I
Mhm.
finally got on the truck. And then since
Mhm.
nobody, no kids are home, we just like it's like traveling in the RV almost.
Yeah, I see that. I see y'all post all the
Hmm.
time on your thing. I'm gonna tell you the truth though. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Your girl shape was a little jealous when you went to Jamaica, baby.
What,
I was a little, yeah,
girl?
yeah, I was saying, I was jealous, baby. I was jealous. I said, here she is with her man, stuff on the beach, start saying everything. I said, now look at her, she could have killed that shit. I was hating on the post. I was hating on the post. I showed him with it. I said,
It
she
was
could have
much
killed that.
needed. It was much needed after COVID. I didn't think we was gonna get ready to go. I thought they was gonna decline the trip because COVID had just started. But I was thankful
Mhm,
that it opened because it's like all that we needed a mental break. I mean, COVID got
mhm,
so overwhelmed on the news, and you had to be careful.
mhm,
It's on your clothes. It's this, and it's like we need a break to get away from this, and that was our
mhm,
break. So it was
mhm.
much needed.
I was jealous. I'm telling you the truth. I was jealous. I showed him was. I was like, this guy, yeah, on the beach in the water. You did one
Oh,
shot with the sunset. Was like I say, now look at her. That she could have kept that. She could have. I
oh,
mean,
it was
like
beautiful.
it was just rubbing it in.
No, it was beautiful. I had to take them pictures. I'm like, I ain't trying to. I want y'all to see it is beautiful out here. Because I got so many friends that only stay in the States, they
Mhm,
only know California, they only know Florida, they only know Dallas. But it's like, y'all got to get out there and see the world. There's so much to
mhm,
see out here besides the 48 states. And they love black people. No matter Dominican Republic, we've
mhm,
been to Dominican Republic, Jamaica, I've been to Cancun, Puerto Rico, and they love
mhm,
black women. And they
mhm,
they cater to, and it's just they love black people. So it's like my friends, y'all
mhm,
got to get out there and see the world. It is so much out there.
mhm, mhm. Another question I want to ask you because I know I just said I wasn't gonna hold you long. That we had like
Oh,
32
you
minutes.
good? You
Oh,
good?
okay. So can you and your husband both say that jumping in the trucking and teaming was the best financial decision for both of y'all? Was it way more money than the corporate office? I know the
Yes, it
freedom
was.
was different, but was the finance and the benefits different
Oh yeah, hands down different. I mean, because one, especially being an owner operator, you can pick your own loads. You know where you want to go. But financially, for
though?
me, it's allowed me to pay off debt that I wouldn't have been able to pay it as a manager. And like I said
Mhm,
earlier, they were keeping me at a lower pay because I was a woman and preferably a black woman. They kept me at a lower pay, so it's not like I was working long hours and only bringing in seemed like minimum wage for a manager. So as soon as I came on the driver's side, it seemed like I mean, it was extra money. I'm buying Amazon packages, and every time we come off the road, my husband's like, "What you get now? What you buy now?" Beforehand, it wasn't like that. I'm buying onesie twosie. Now I'm on the boutique shops. I'm Amazon. Buying purses. So it changed it. It did.
Yeah. Langley M say it's hard, and when on get off and go home, they get lonely and stray. So I guess he's talking about the men or the women, I guess. That's what he's talking about. A brown sugar trucker, it was very
Hey,
beautiful,
brown
but
sugar.
I was scared for y'all because of the COVID-19. So I guess you're scared for y'all in Jamaica.
Yes,
Dion.
I seen her. I seen her post on our page. Everybody was. It's like, make sure you be careful. I was like, we gonna be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah. That's in the
We gonna be.
DR. That's in DR. They had a lot of like
Yes.
that wouldn't concern me in DR though. I wasn't crazy, but I wasn't concerned crazy about China and Jamaica besides hating on the post, so I didn't like that
Right.
video. Okay. But in the DR, I was concerned for you because they said like about several black couples that came up missing in the
Yes.
DR. Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
that, but then you don't hear nothing
yeah.
now. I mean, I'm not saying now it's changed, but it's like after we left, we didn't hear nothing else. Like,
Hmm.
okay, and but
The
yeah, you
U.S.
right.
probably stepped in. The U.S. probably stepped in and started sending them some notices like, "Hey, you need to get tight over there for our
Mm-hmm.
Americans coming over there for vacation. Get it together, whatever the hell's going on over
Right.
there." Child. But it sounds like
Yes,
it sounds like it's working for you guys very much.
it
And I
is.
see
Yeah.
y'all been posting almost the whole 4 years I've been driving. Y'all been
Hmm.
posting. I think, yeah, y'all been posting on Instagram. I see y'all link up with Beauty and the Beast. Shout out to Beauty and the Beast. They come
Yes.
over here
Hey,
talking
my
with the
brother
girl
and
next.
sister. Yes, yes. We
But 40 Shades, y'all have been rocking with me for so long, and she is just so, so sweet and so positive. I know you see me cuss a few people out and all that kind of stuff, but you just stay there. I told people, where to
no.
go and all that, what not, what have you. But yeah, y'all have to go rock with this underscore B underscore trucking with an N, no I, and go hit her up. Her podcasts are very informative and just sweet and real
Thank
and
you.
humble. If you ever get chances to stop in, just listen to it while you're riding down the road. I think I would listen to you sometime when I'm riding down the road, and I just listen to because I just change it up with what I listen to.
Yes, that's how I
Just
am
something
too.
different. It's something different from the drama and the mess on here. You know what I'm saying? Just something
Right.
different I get to
Yes.
listen to. You know what I'm saying? So anything else you want to tell the people before we leave? Because I know I
I'm
couldn't hold you up for too long.
Oh, girl, I ain't worried about that. But what advice I can give to anybody? Make sure if you're going to come into the trucking industry, one, do your research, but two, let it be something you want to do. Don't come out here because you see everybody out here doing it. Make sure it's
Mhm,
something that you want to do. And if you do have a
mhm.
family, make sure you talk to your family, talk to your wife, talk to your kids, and make sure people are
Yeah,
on board with you going trucking. Because it's not like you can't do it, but just make sure your family's on board because you're going to miss some things apart, miss some things out of their life that you might not be able to get back. But if everybody's on board, you're using FaceTime, you're making it work, you're going home every couple of months to go see them, then
mhm.
it'll all work out. But just make sure that you know what you're doing, know what you're getting into, and just enjoy your time.
One more thing before we go. Since the truck had something to say, he said, "I pray for your marriage to continue to grow and become even more happier."
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We
Yeah,
will
yeah. It
receive
sounds
that.
like it is.
Definitely receive it.
It sounds like it is. I love black love. Black love is beautiful. Black
It
people get
is.
tainted for so many different things. So we'll never see people striving and doing good, especially in the industry as tough as this is always a
Right.
beautiful thing. And you just have to show support. Have to. So
You
go over there and
do.
support my girl now. Go on and support my girl now. All
Yes. I
right.
love
I
black
love you
love.
much. I love
Love you
y'all much
too,
as she does
Shay.
say. I love y'all. Good night.
Have a good one.